And welcome to Trustee Talk. I'm Dick Murgatroyd, and our guest today, as we begin this new year, is Dee Stone, Vice President of the Anderson Township Trustees. Dee, nice to see you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I will say I'm not Vice President anymore.
Oh, you're not?
No, Andrew is Vice President this year.
Oh, no.
Josh is still President. Andrew's Vice President. I'm a regular old trustee.
You're just a regular trustee.
Happy to be one.
Here I gave you a promotion, and I didn't know.
Well, I was last year. We change every year. So
oh, you changed?
We just voted in December. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Well, I missed that.
That's okay. That's
Sure.
okay.
So, anyway, well, you were Vice President for a second.
I was Vice President for a second this year.
Anyway, good to see you.
Good to see you.
As you begin the new year. The new year's going to be a busy one for Anderson Township.
It
because
is.
The 225th anniversary is a big thing this year.
Yes,
right?
it is. It is.
And there's a name for it, and I don't know what.
There's a name for it that we've discussed before.
Well,
but I don't know how to pronounce
and
it.
I never knew how to
let's
pronounce
just call it the 225th.
I figured that's the simplest
right,
way,
exactly.
simplest way to get by. So, what all is planned? Are they planning on doing something like one big thing, or are they going to try to do a number of things throughout the year?
There are going to be a number of things throughout the year. A lot of them will be events we already do, but they'll just have a little 225th little twist to them, with banners or some extra stuff. Speaking of banners, we're going to have 109 banners throughout the township.
Wow.
On the light poles and everything. In the business district along Beachmont Corridor, obviously, down along Kellogg in front of Belterra, there'll be some. I think along the Salem Business District and then in the Clough Pike Business District. And they're all different. So every banner is different. And I've seen them, and the historical pictures are great. And some of them are, most of them are historical, but it's just some really good shots of Anderson Township that I think people will be really interested in seeing. Yeah. I know staff has spent a lot of time on it, and we put a lot of effort into it. I think that alone is going to make it look festive.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if people have noticed, but like this year, we're taking our regular Anderson Township logo, and the 225th has been added in, and we'll use that for this year and a little bit into next year. So that's happening, and plus our regular events, like I said, we'll just have a little bit extra because of the 225th. And then sometime in the fall, we're going to do a Sunday afternoon event here at the Anderson Center and just invite people and have a band. So that'll be the celebration day, but that date has not yet been determined. But we'll be doing some kind of celebration, and people can come out and look and see what we're doing. So it's exciting.
Well, it is exciting.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's other places that have had 225 years, but Anderson seems like it's so much newer than that, I guess.
Yeah, well, it does. I mean, but we've, there's actually a new book out that's, I don't know, I can't remember who the name of the publisher is, but it's about the history of Anderson Township. Janet Haywood and the Anderson Historical Society have put this book out, and that'll be released in February. And residents can get a copy here at the Anderson Center in the History Room when that's open, which is, there's days on Wednesdays and Sundays, I believe, as the days for the History Room's open. If it's not open, they can pick up a copy at the Anderson Chamber office, which is right here in the Anderson Center. And it's a great book. It's really well done. A lot of historical photos, a lot of research went into it, and people can, see what we have been doing in the last 225 years. And in upcoming issues of Insights magazines, well, we always include a little bit of history, but there'll be a little bit more each issue, just saying, what was the history of Anderson, who settled here, what were the families, like there's the Sutton family or, the Miller family or things like that. So
because I think even in the fall issue of the Insight, I think there were some stories, historical stories, which was interesting reading. Yeah,
and we're working with the school district. We're going to have some students design an app that you can download on your phone to take a historical tour of the township, which is really great. Getting the young kids involved.
That's cool, yeah.
So you can just download it and just do a little self-guided tour using your phone and this app. So that's exciting, is to get the kids excited about it too. As part of doing the app, they'll learn about the history.
Well, yeah, and I think that, I feel like children today aren't learning much about much history of any kind. Either be it, national or local. they don't, the schools don't spend too much time on history, so I think it would, and I think especially for something like this, I think it's a great opportunity for kids to learn about the place where they live,
Right.
and the fact that it does have a history,
Right.
and interesting history.
And very interesting history.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Yeah.
and we do, the school district already does bring in like second graders. Every second grade class comes in to the Anderson Center in April. It's usually April or May or sometime in the spring, and they go in the history room and they learn a little bit. But that's second grade. You're right. It's not continual.
Yeah.
But so this will be for the older kids that'll work on that, and then we're also have an idea of because it's not only the history, we also want to celebrate that we're 225 years old. So it's like, what does Anderson today look like? So we're in discussions with the school district of possibly doing something like have students take, pick a week maybe in the fall and have them take pictures and just create some kind of montage of this is what Anderson looks like now. Here's the history, and this is what we look like now from a student's point of view, like all our everything that we have. So yeah, we got some good ideas going, and there's lots of other things too. But there's a whole planning committee. Oh, another thing we're doing is the video historical narratives, which we've been working with ACTV on those, and those are. There's one on 5 Mile Chapel, and then there's another one on, I think, the church at the corner of Salem and Sutton, which is a very old church. That's been around for a long time. So just residents talking about the history of those locations, and we're inviting residents, if they want to do a little historical narrative, they can make an appointment, and we'll, tape them, and we'll put that on the ACT YouTube channel. And so people can go in and look at it and learn something.
Well, I think that's good, though. I think I know Shane said he had shot some things, historical things, which those would be nice things to have forever.
Yeah, exactly.
In your library,
Right?
Because probably there wasn't a lot shot in the early stages of Anderson Township. And I don't know if people thought about that. I find that a lot of times with a lot of things. That people don't think about that at the time. Right. That it's and then when you start to put something like this together and you say, "Gee, I wish we had," I wish we had some video. I wish we had some film or whatever. There are some pictures, but that people would have captured things as they went along.
Exactly, and it's nice to capture those narratives now and have those on video because
Absolutely.
Some of these people are some of our elderly residents, and they're not going to be here forever. Let's get their stories recorded now so we have them to show years from now.
Well, because it's, I think families are even starting to do that with their grandparents and just let them talk about, because otherwise that when it's gone,
right?
And no one will ever be able to capture that again. And those people have seen it through a whole different set of eyes than what we might look at it today, and just to be able to get that's exciting. That part alone is exciting.
Yeah,
I think.
It is.
Yeah.
So we're spending a lot of time on it, and like I said, there'll be different events announced throughout the, starting in the spring and throughout the end of the year. So
I know I saw in the Insight they were looking for volunteers to help. In with this project as well as other projects, so if somebody would want to volunteer to help with the 225th, they
can contact Steve Sievers, who is our assistant administrator. He's heading up that committee for the 225th, so they can contact him and we can plug them in wherever their skills are appropriate.
Mm-hmm. The more the merrier.
The more the merrier, yeah. It's
that's for sure. Yeah. That's a good idea.
And if people have other ideas too, it's like, if you have any ideas of maybe another thing we can do, another project,
Well, and some people might know of something that other people don't know about that maybe have happened that it would be interesting, and maybe that you pick up some things there you didn't know about otherwise.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yeah. Now, is Steve in the work out of the office over here?
Yes, he's here in the Anderson Center. And if you go online to our website, you can get his email and contact him directly. So yeah.
Well, we encourage you to.
Yes, please.
You want to help? It's a good chance to help and have some fun doing
celebrate.
it. Yeah,
big
and
celebration.
Celebrate the big celebration.
Yeah.
So, well, that's exciting.
It is exciting. And other exciting thing, actually, earlier today, I was helping proof our the new resident magazine, the Anderson Township
Oh, really?
magazine for new residents, and it's a new issue. It's updated. We've done it before, but this is the updated version. We have so much going on. It was
you
like
do. Oh,
really
you do.
exciting
Yeah.
to read, and with all the pictures and read everything we have going on, it's like, wow, we're really operating on all cylinders right now.
You really are. You really are.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
I've said this a lot of times, but this community is really an exciting community to live in, and when you look at all the things that are going on, the economic development that's going on, all of the improvements that they're making, it's really a neat place to live. I mean,
It is.
it really is. And
Yeah, it is.
I know several people who live here, but and they really are. They wow, it's there's nowhere else like it.
Yeah, no, it's good. We have, speaking of economic development, we've had $165 million worth of economic development in and around, the 5 Mile with Mercy, the new Anderson Center,
Yeah.
town center area.
Yeah.
$165 million worth of new investment in the last 3 or 4 years, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
amazing. That's a lot of money.
It is amazing. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, this summer, just driving up down Beachmont and looking at all the stuff that's going on, and the changes that are happening, and some places have closed, but other people are moving
Right.
into those places and building those. And then there's a lot. I mean, that Wolf Angle and Beachmont, a lot is. I mean, I was amazed at how much is taking place there.
Oh, yeah.
And that corner.
That corner's going to be,
Which
I mean, you can
is-
see it going up
Yeah.
as you drive past. It's like, wow, it's going up fast, too,
It really
think.
is. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking, because I knew they were clearing a lot of the land. And I'm thinking, well, I wonder when they're going to start doing something. All of a sudden, it's
Yeah.
like overnight.
You can see
There's
that it's
buildings
yeah,
there,
there's buildings
you know.
there. Yeah, so
So-
that's exciting. That's
And that's
going to
be an
neat-looking corner.
exciting spot.
Yeah.
And the whole center is really, all the improvements they've made in the center are great, and the new stores and new restaurants that have opened are
Yeah,
all
that's-
doing well. So
They are doing well, and it's a nice place. We have a couple new businesses there. There's the new Candle Lab.
Yeah.
There's the Sky Zone. Crunch Fitness has been there. The movie theater. We just, people can come up and bring their families and walk around, be outside. So it's
I hear
nice
a lot of
environment.
things about the movie theater. A lot of people love that movie theater. They love going there and
yeah, it is, and they run first-run movies.
yeah, oh yeah.
And people need to support it. I mean, we have, we wanted a movie theater in
gonna
this
say, it's
community
been a
for a
long
long
time
time. So let's support it. So yeah, I just went the other night and it was great. Those seats are so comfortable. That's
Yeah,
a very comfortable.
that's what I hear.
Movie theater. If
Yeah.
you're really bored with the movie, you can at least get a nap.
Well,
because
that's
the seats
which
are
is
like,
normally what I
yeah,
do.
exactly. It's like the feet come up, you lean back. It's like, oh man, this is nice.
Here for a nap and nothing else.
Exactly.
I have, in fact, and just aside, I'm involved just a little bit, but I'm involved with the Cincinnati Jazz Hall of Fame, and our scholarship winners from last year are going to be playing at Latitudes
Oh,
once a week.
awesome.
And they're most talented young people. I mean, we're so proud of them, and to give them an opportunity to be in an environment where there's actually people
Yeah,
and playing,
yeah.
and they are amazing. They're both. Tyler is, I think he's a senior in high school maybe, and his brother is, I think Ethan is 15 years old, plays stand-up bass better than. I mean, I said it's like a 40-year-old guy in a
Wow.
14-year-old or 15-year-old body, I mean, they're terrific. They really are. So I'm excited about that.
Well, that's it. So how can people find out when will they be
It's
there?
going to be. I think they're going to be there on. I want to say Tuesday nights, but I'm not sure. But I think Latitudes. They did some. I guess they did some improvements, and they're going to have more music in there. Now than what they had. But the boys will be there. I should remember that, but I don't.
Well, they can call Latitudes.
But they can call Latitudes and find out. But they're worth seeing. They'll play an early set. I think they start at 5:30 or something like that.
Oh, cool.
But wow, they are tremendous, and we're excited. And
Good.
And I think some of the other kids, our 2 new scholarship winners for this year, I think are even. They may be participating too, but we're excited about that
Yeah,
program.
that is exciting.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, so
it's all right there in the center of Anderson
know.
Township. You don't have to leave the
you
township.
don't, no. Yeah, well, you know what? That's what's great.
Yeah,
And parking's great. You can park it.
that's
and
right.
It's,
That's right.
And it's safe.
And it's safe.
It's
Yes,
very safe.
It is.
One other thing, I guess, to talk about a little bit is I know that there's been a lot going on with regard to the heroin epidemic, and that's been an ongoing issue, and I think, and certainly Shane's been very much involved in doing so many videos and things with that. That's been amazing. Are we making headway with it? Do you feel like?
I think we are making headway. If you look at the statistics, it has been, there haven't been any huge spikes lately. I mean, there were, I think it was the summer before last, there were a lot of spikes. And I think the spikes are a little down lower. I mean, but it is here. I mean, it's everywhere for people to act like it's not. It's everywhere. It's in every community around this area. I mean, Ohio is one of the, I think it's the second highest
I know
in the nation.
High also, yeah.
So, but we are making headway. We're looking at different things to combat it. I mean, there's education, harm reduction, treatment, all those things. It's a 4 or 5 pronged approach. But one of the things we're looking at in harm reduction is a syringe exchange program, and we are considering doing that in Anderson Township, and we're going to be having public forums on that. So the community come out and have their input and let us know what they think about it. And I would hope before they come, they do a little bit of research. There's a lot of reasons why you might want to do something like this. And this isn't something we thought of on our own. Hamilton County Health Department has come to us and asked us. It's like there's something on the west side, there's something in the downtown area, they would like something on the east side of the county as a place to put these syringe exchange. It's a mobile van is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a mobile van that would be there once a week at
Okay.
a set time and a set spot, and people could come in and exchange pretty much a 1-for-1. But the beauty of it is, first of all, you're stopping, not only is there a heroin epidemic, but there's also a HIV and a Hep C epidemic that go along with it, and that's because of the needles. And those things, there is an epidemic in those. Our HIV rates are rising considerably.
Really? Oh, that's bad.
Considerably. So, we need to get this under control, and to not do anything is, to me, not the best option. So, but we are having public forums. There's going to be 2 on January 24th. One will be at 3 p.m. at the Anderson Senior Center on Beachmont Avenue, right behind the fire station. And then another one that same night at 6:30 p.m. on January 24th here at the Anderson Center. And then on January 30th at 6:30 p.m. there'll be another one here on at 6:30 p.m. on January 30th, so that people can come in, learn a little bit, express their opinions, let us know what they think, and then we will be looking at that if that's something we want to do as a township. But the beauty of it is not only you stopping the HIV and the Hep C from epidemic, because we are epidemic proportions on that, is that you're getting the addict gets another touch. It's another chance to talk to the addict.
Yeah.
Because people that are addicted to heroin, they can't, they don't want to be addicted to heroin.
No, they
it's
don't.
like,
They don't.
but it's very, very hard to get off of. So at least they're talking to someone. It's maybe, a 5-minute conversation. And if they keep coming back, every time we can talk to them about treatment. Every time they walk in the door, it's another time to say, here's some treatment options, So.
Well, every bit helps. I think it's such an overwhelming to everybody. It's like how do you get your arms around it, and how do you really control it? And I think little by little, I think every community's making some headway, and to get just access to those people,
Exactly.
and help them to try to get, the biggest challenge is to get them off of it, but also to then the follow up that goes with that, because they're so easy you hear so many people that go through that process and then suddenly fall back.
Well, yes.
And so it's that follow up is so critical.
Yeah, and it's constant. I mean, we had a meeting. We also have an Anderson Township Citizens Committee on Heroin. We meet the second Tuesday of the month here at the Anderson Center
Good.
at 7 p.m. Anyone is invited to attend. And we just had a meeting last night, and we had a group from Northern Kentucky called PAL, which is a parents of addicted loved ones is what PAL stands for, and it's a support group for the families, parents in particular, the family of those that are addicted, because it affects the whole family.
Well, it does.
I mean, it totally
really
affects
does,
the whole family. And other parents, if you're in this situation, just having that support group can change your life too, because your life can. This couple was talking about, their son that has a heroin addiction and how they got so isolated because of the stigma. They didn't want to talk about it.
Well,
they
there
didn't
is.
want to see any of their friends. And because of this POW group, they've, it's helped their relationship, be stronger because they're dealing with this as a couple. And, even as a single parent, you have to talk to somebody.
Well, you do, and I think that has always been an issue that a lot of people are reluctant to admit that it's there. Although I think that stigma is kind of beginning to wane a little bit, because I think people realize that a lot of people are dealing with it, and a lot of people from from different kinds of lifestyles are touched by it, and there's no one set of people that are bothered by it. And I think when people are able to open up, it's like any support group. I mean, whether it's cancer or whatever, you find that when they can get into a support group, it helps them so much to be able to deal with it in a much different way, and know that others are.
Well, exactly. It's
are
like you're not the
suffering from
only
it.
one.
No.
It's like you sit. If you're just sitting in it yourself, you think you're the only one.
Right.
You're not.
And you're not.
You're right. There's so many families that are dealing with it, and any kind of help, that people can get. So we're talking about starting a group, either PAL or some similar kind of support
think
group
that's
here in
great.
Anderson
I think that'd
Township,
be
so
great.
people can, get the support
Yeah.
they need right here in the township.
I think that would be great.
So,
I really do.
you're mentioned Shane's videos, and if people go on the ACTV, they can see some of the videos and some of people's stories, and those are people from all walks of life.
They sure are.
Yeah,
He's done an amazing job.
Yeah, he has.
I
He has.
commend him because he's started this out
It's a little hobby.
fairly simple as a hobby, and it's become international. He's
It
international.
is, and that's and
He's
the
our
township
international
is
celebrity.
is happy to be funding that, because this is doing it's doing
Well,
good
it's
work.
doing a lot of.
Yeah.
I mean, it's reaching a lot of people.
It is.
And the safe line that they have, which is I think that 513-688-8068, I think it is, or 8098. Now, the safe line is really for somebody to report if they suspect some activity that's going on. Is there another line that people that are suffering or are having problems or are looking for help can call?
There is a website that lists all these resources. It's called Inject Hope, and there's a ton of resources on there. It's all in one place. It's a very well designed. I believe it's injecthope.org. It's called Inject Hope, and if you go on there, you can find phone numbers and everything for a lot of resources in the Hamilton County and surrounding area, Northern Kentucky, Hamilton County, Claremont. Claremont's doing a lot of good work. Claremont County in this area too. So.
Good.
It's around us, and Mount Washington has their own heroin coalition. So all these communities are working together to try to see what we can do here, in our own backyard to combat it.
I guess the key there is that there is help out there if people search for it.
Right.
But I think that this support group is a great idea.
Yeah.
That I think that's a comfort level that I think people will feel much more at ease once they break through that ice and break through that barrier that they have of not sharing.
Right, and once you once you get to that point, what they were this couple was talking about last night is, people come in frightened and fearful, don't know what to do, and then after being around for a while, they're able to pass it on and help someone
Absolutely.
else, which is how support groups work.
Which is and they're terrific. We have a few minutes left. I know you do a lot of other things.
I do.
What have you got? Anything else? You in a very short time? Unfortunately, we've talked our way through this show again.
It went so fast again.
It does. It
darn
always goes fast.
We
What
went
else?
longer.
What else are you working on?
I'm working on, my family started a foundation 8 years ago, I guess it is, called Mitchs Mission. We raise money to send kids from Cincinnati Children's Hospital that have cancer or blood disease patients to summer camp. So we do a big event every February called Playdate with the Bearcats. It's down at the University of Cincinnati in the rec center. Families and kids, families can come with kids, and you get to interact with the UC athletes. All the sports are there except men's basketball because they always have a game that day. But athletes are there, and you can play cornhole with them, shoot hoops, swim, get autographs, play carnival games, and all kinds of stuff. It's
Terrific.
a great family
Terrific.
event. All the money goes to send kids with cancer to summer camp. So I'm working on that now
and
too.
that's what date is? What's the date again?
Sunday, February 11th, from
Okay.
2 to 5 p.m. And we'll get something up on the station ACTV.
Yeah.
But it'll be a little blurb up there so people can
Good for
look
you.
it up. Yeah, and you go to mitchesmission.com. You can sign up, but you can pay at the door too. And it's very reasonable. It's $20 a person, $60 for a family. And that's pretty cheap entertainment for a family.
It
So,
sure is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus the kids get a kick out of it.
Yeah. Oh, and we have there's swimming there, rock climbing. There's all kinds of fun stuff for kids. It's a
Good for
great
you.
day.
Good
Great
for you.
day.
Congratulations.
Well,
that's,
thanks.
That's a good. That's
So
a
yeah,
good
we've
thing.
raised over $90,000 since we've been doing it to send lots of kids to camp. So
Well, you know what? I'm amazed that I'm involved in an organization that deals a lot with nonprofits and foundations, and when you realize how much good is done by so many different foundations that you don't even know about
oh yeah,
or haven't heard about, and the good that they do, and without them, I mean, it's a real positive thread through a community that makes a difference in the community. So congratulations on doing
Thank
that.
you.
God bless you for that.
thank you.
Well, it's good to have you with us. It's always a pleasure, and it goes so fast.
I know we want longer.
We need longer
We
show.
need longer.
We need longer show. Shane, we need a longer show. Anyway, thanks a lot.
Thank
Have a
you.
good New Year, and
Thank
good
you.
luck on your foundation thing.
Thanks.
And we thank you for joining us, and we're glad that you spent a part of your day with us, and hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, and that your new year will be an exciting one and filled with a lot of blessings. So enjoy. In the meantime, I'm Dick Murgatroyd, and on behalf of our producer, director, cameraman, and everybody else, everything else he does, Shane Reinert, we invite you to join us for our next Trustee Talk here on ACTV, and our guest will be then now Vice President Josh Girth.
Andrew.
Or
Andrew's vice president. It's Josh.
Josh
is
Andrew.
the
Josh is president.
Josh is president.
I have got them all.
Yeah,
all
Josh is president.
I've
Andrew's
changed them
vice.
all around.
Yeah,
Well, I
that's
like to
okay.
keep them on their
They
toes.
don't care.
And they don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah.
So it's our president, Josh Girth, will be here. And so we will see you then. Thank you again for joining us.